Oh, Issue's here too. Hello. I didn't realize.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest episode of the Watchpoint show, February, titled Blizzard Improvements. Tonight, as guest, I have Mr. Fish,
Hello.
Lavenna,
Hello.
and Kendricks.
It's Pendrix, but no worries.
Oh,
Hello, good
oh,
evening.
sorry. That's a great start. As you can see, we did announce. Oh, also, I noticed there is a spammer in the chat. Chris, do you have the power to ban the spammer?
She should.
Okay, in case, do it. We announced on Twitter that Slaze was supposed to join us for this podcast, but unfortunately, she's not feeling well. We wish her the best recovery, but she will not be joining us tonight. And Kendricks joined as a Pendrix. Oh my god, will join us as a sub, let's say, which is why he doesn't have a webcam. Is in fact joining us from the ski slopes, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'm up high right now, guys.
Incredible. Anyway, let's start with the first topic that, as always, is the last month in Swiss Overwatch. And Lavenna, since you were behind most of the stuff that happened, would you like to start talking about it?
Yeah, sure. So basically, recently, as some of you might know, we had a fun deathmatch tournament, World Cup, and a 5v5 tournament, just like also kind of a fun thing. No prize money and stuff like that. But it was really fun. Not too many people showed up, but it was still like, I think it was really fun regardless for the people who joined. And yeah, I certainly enjoyed myself. So that was what we did recently. And also, we're gonna have some really, really like fun upcoming stuff. There's gonna be a tournament with Noitic, we can say that. And also for the Polygon, for those of you who don't know yet, we tweeted about it and also put out a reminder actually as of I think today or yesterday. Yeah,
Yesterday, I believe.
was yesterday. Okay. Right. So and basically we're gonna go to Polyland together, some of us, and you're all invited to join. And there's gonna be like a small animation tournament there. It's not a full blown tournament basically, but it's um basically like a small tournament, smaller time window. But it's gonna be fun regardless. No prize pool again, but like shouldn't be an issue. It's all about coming together, playing with the community. And we'll be organizing some other stuff there. So I'm not fully sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I have some things in mind. So maybe some sort of pogs, maybe pretty sure actually also I'm gonna do a tournament on my own. And well, probably we can't call it tournament because it's not an official one. But yeah, anyway. So that's that from my side so far.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you mentioned that if people are interested in joining us to Polylan and they want to buy ticket together with us, they can request the Polylan role on our server. You can DM any of our admins. Lavenna's mostly organizing it, but I think anyone can give you the role.
Yep.
You will add it to the chat, and then I think this Friday we should talk about when we buy tickets.
Yeah, because there aren't so many left, so we should kind of hurry up buying them. But yeah.
Yeah, and I also really quickly want to add that there are packs this Friday organized by Jörgeli. They are gonna be Bands Cup, I believe. So I'm not really sure how it will work, and I'm not sure if I can go. But if you're interested and want to have fun, packs are always great. You can subscribe with the Excel as usual, and hope you will have a good time on Saturday, Friday days.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can start, I think, with the first topics of discussion for tonight, which is also the title of the live streams, Blizzard improvements. Because I think lately Blizzard has done a lot of good decisions with communications, etc. Mr. Fish, do you think Blizzard has learned from their past mistakes or not?
I mean, I feel like they're trying to make it better, but also at the same time, I feel like they're still not really listening when it comes to especially balance and competitive. Like myself, not really caring much about, skins and quick blind stuff like that. I can't really say for that aspect, but at least when it comes to comp, they're kind of mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, we'll surely talk about comp later, but I really want to, because I really care about the communications between Blizzard and the player base. And it has been getting a lot better. I see Lavena, you're nodding, and I guess you agree with me on that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's been getting better, but still, we actually had a discussion about this today. I think they could be more transparent, just like generally. I feel like that's just the best approach to have. And they are making efforts in that direction. I really value that, but I feel like there is still room to improve.
Yeah, of course. But in terms at least of, I think at the start of February, we had 2 weeks where they kept giving out informations, teasers every like couple of days. That was great.
Mhm.
And hopefully that is, as just as Chris said in chat, this is the beginning, and in the future they will make it better. I hope so too. Pendrix, do you
so.
have hope on that? That is gonna be great, or
Excuse me?
do you also hope that the communication will keep going like this, or?
I hope so, yeah. Like I feel like it improved compared to Overwatch 1, but I also feel like some things are just like half done, kinda. Like I mean, yeah, they're releasing skins and they like I think they did this Reddit post Q&A like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, which was really good in my opinion, like actually interacting with the community directly. But some things just feel like half done, like for example, it's not clear what you get in the battle pass, or you can't see your rank in the competitive like thingy. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they don't finish their job and release stuff that is not fully done yet.
Just play a game of open queue, forehead.
Yeah, no, I mean that shouldn't be the fix, right? Like there
No,
shouldn't be a
of
problem like
course
this in the
not.
first place. And even if there is, that's not an issue. But it was in the game for what, 2 weeks or something? Like they could probably fix it in like 2 hours if they want to.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe they put out a patch.
Yeah, I think now it works.
Yeah,
I think the
now
patch
it's
came out
I think it
yesterday.
works.
It's
Yeah.
just some small things, and then I feel like, yeah, okay, they did those like bigger things. They want you to buy the battle pass to get the skins, to do this and that. But then their game is not even like doing the really small things. Like I don't know, just splits me a bit because I actually like I always trash talk Blizzard, and I always hold them accountable for everything that is bad, and you can't all like you will never be able to um make the game like perfect for everybody anyways. But yeah, those are my 2 cents on this.
Of course, Blizzard has to be held accountable for everything they do bad. I think us as a community, we're not really rewarding them when they're doing good stuff.
Yeah, and I think the community of Overwatch is not like do you know how people in relationships talk about low maintenance and high maintenance? I feel like the Overwatch community, like the people who play the game, are very high maintenance. Like it's really hard to please them, and there's always going to be someone that is going to cry about something.
That's true.
Yeah, and you also mentioned it before about skins, and I want to talk about the Doomfist One Punch Man collaboration. Is this something you're looking forward to, having more general collaboration between brands and anime or social media with Overwatch, or not? Mr. Fish, how do you feel?
I mean, I don't really care that much about skins, but it seems pretty hype. Like, it feels like it's the kind of thing that can give more visibility to the game. So it's probably a good thing if it's done well, but could probably give a lot of bad reputation if it goes poorly. But I still think I look forward to it. It's probably a good thing.
Anyone else has something to add?
I care about skins. I love this. Cosmetics, so yeah. Oh, it's cool.
I think it's great. Like I as Mr. Fish said, I think it's gonna like connect the franchise or whatever. Like maybe you're gonna have like One Punch Man fans play Overwatch, or the other way around. Like it connects the communities kinda. But I think it could also go bad when we end up with like I don't know how to say, maybe Fortnite 2.0. Like it's just gonna be skins, and it doesn't feel like a game anymore. It feels like a collector's how do you call that? Like you need to collect all the collectibles and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, collected on, I
Like,
believe, that kind of game.
yeah, I don't know, but the skin looks like that skin in particular looks amazing. Like the Doomfist skin is so good and it perfectly fits his role. So I think if they do this, but like in a way that it makes sense, like that you can see the skin on this character, then I think it's great.
Yeah, I think Overwatch has to keep its identity of Overwatch. I think it's
Yeah,
fun
but
to
if you end up with a John Wick skin Genji or something, then it's gonna be a bit weird, you know.
yeah, and I believe these changes has been a bit pushed probably by Walter Kong, he has joined Overwatch as I don't remember his role, but he was part of the team that developed the Fortnite Battle Pass. And I do believe Walter Kong has the right ideas in how to develop battle passes, etc. But I strongly hope we don't go into Fortnite 2.0, as you said, of a direction, because I still want Genji to stay Genji. I don't want Genji to be Sasuke or any other anime character with a sword. He's already one, and we don't need to make him others. But I see a great opportunity for the game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just
It
let
also
the
makes money.
heroes
Just
let the heroes keep their soul basically. Like I
Mm.
mean, One Punch Man Doomfist just makes a lot of sense. Like that's really cool. I really like that.
I
Yeah.
see a big opportunity for them to just like financially gain a lot of just make money with it, and that's really good. That should benefit the game in other ways as well. That's kind of my hope about these things, and I like skins. So yeah, like I said,
I really hope that they're gonna use the money that they gain from this to develop the game and like pay
I do hope
people
so.
to make it better and not just
Not the
increase their
bonuses for the
CEOs. Yeah.
XX.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a point. Yeah,
Praying.
that's a point to make.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that well. Like, I don't know Blizzard that well with their finances and stuff, but I feel like they are there's like this trend in the gaming industry in general where people release products that aren't fully like fleshed out yet, or concepts or designs or whatever that aren't fully finished yet, but there's like the demand for it, so they have to release it. And I feel like Blizzard or Overwatch itself is doing the same thing. Maybe not as bad because like me, for example, I didn't care about playing Overwatch PvE, but I thought that they had like that it took them so long to release the game. I thought they might as well release it already with PvE content or some of the other things they promised. And they basically just released Overwatch 2 with like 5v5, and you can still queue comp. Like I think the reason it was released is because people wanted to play Overwatch and they wanted to play competitive. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, Overwatch 2 is still technically in early access, which is their way to basically excuse themselves of the game not being polished and finished yet. I'm still glad they released it because I did not want to play 6v6 again, shooting shields for more months than what we had to do in Overwatch 1. But yeah, I do feel the frustration of, hey, the game is still not as good as it could be, and we should
I
get.
think the game is amazing actually. Like I really like, regardless of 5v5 or 6v6, I think it's an amazing game, especially if you play it with like friends or like a fun stack. Like you overall everybody plays something they usually don't play and stuff. I like it's really fun to play. But yeah, well we're gonna get there eventually later. But competitively, it's a bit rough at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and since you mentioned competitive, I think it's a good transition to the next topic, that is, of course, competitive changes and what's happening in this season 3. Mr. Fish, have the changes been better in competitive right now?
I mean, so I like the fact they went down from 7 wins to 5 wins, for example, for ranked updates. That's a good start. But there's still a lot of things lacking. Like, I would like to either be able to see how many wins or losses I'm in, or just show SR again if you want to, like, starting from a certain elo or whatever, because like I think it's pretty annoying not to see your exact rank and just be in the dark perma. Personally, it annoys me.
I fully agree with that. Fully agree. I would like to get all the SAR back. Gives you more of an idea where you're at, first of all. Second of all, sometimes, like, obviously we all know matchmaking has been a bit of a mess, but I think it would have made that more transparent and, yeah, to
I mean,
play
for
like
me,
devil's advocate, I'm not sure if that's what they wanted to kind of hide that matchmaking wasn't great. But yeah, who knows?
like in my opinion, for sure. Like, there's no way they did this without like, oh, it was an oopsie, guys. Oops, we made an error, guys. We didn't mean to do this. I'm certain they meant to do this. So right now, in my opinion, there's not enough people playing the game competitively at a high level, like really high level. And to hide that, they like manage to fill the lobbies with players that are lower rated. And sometimes it's the extreme. Like, I mean, having a master player on your team as a grandmaster, that's completely fine. That shouldn't be like the worst thing to ever happen to you. But it really like just ruins your game experience, because when I play one game with like 2 Overwatch League players and 5 contender players, and it's like super sweaty, you have like hard comms in voice chat, and then the next game I play with guys who are in SR terms like half my SR or a bit more maybe, then it just doesn't feel as competitive. Like, even if I win, I don't want to win that game. I want to have a competitive game. I want to feel like I'm competing. Like, I have to play against someone. I need to be better than them. It's just really, really frustrating, because for me it's also time. Like, I don't know how it is for you guys, but when I play Overwatch, like, I'm spending time, obviously, right? And I'd like to spend my time wisely, and when I have like out of 10 games, 8 games are games that it didn't matter what I do, then it just doesn't like feel
Just feels like a
rewarding.
waste of it.
Yeah,
Waste
like
of time.
I need, and DSR is also a thing. Like, I need my dopamine kick. I need to see the number go up.
Numbers.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I actually feel you
I need
completely.
shiny as well. Like, give me the shiny number. I need it.
Yeah, or just like even just on the leaderboard, just top 500 to be able to see how many points you're away from other players would be just a start. But even that we don't have. Like, we don't know, how much SR
Also
differs
in
different
game,
ranks.
I feel like what we didn't it used to be displayed in game. Like, you would press tab and you would see the rank of the other
Yeah, as
players.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
when you
Oh,
load
I
into the
don't know why they
lobby.
removed that. Like, I personally, I feel like it's only to make people feel less bad about themselves or about the game they play. Like, in a kind of way that it's not a big deal that you're not in exclamation mark that good or bad or whatever. Like, it it just wants to take the the harsh truth that it is sometimes away or whatever. I feel like.
Yeah, it's probably a psychological trick to be like,
Yeah,
don't.
so you play the game more, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's that.
not. I don't think they really do that because they care that much about the individual. I think it's more that they care about you playing the game. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah, but also it's kind of their job to make the game playable, so I cannot completely blame them from that. Also because and I know I'm in the minority on it, I do prefer the current system rather than the SR. I feel like I play, because especially since I'm the lowest ranked player here, that probably is a factor. I don't find there's a lot of difference between me being, let's say, 3650 or 3690. I don't think in that 40 SR there is that much of a difference. So I don't really care about knowing it. And I don't get that much dopamine seeing. I mean, I do get dopamine seeing the number go up, but I also get demotivated when I see it go down. And in the current system, I feel like I can play more without being frustrated or being tilted.
yeah, but I mean, you need to also see the loss to win ratio has been changed. What is it right now? 5 wins equal an up rank most of the time, and 15 losses are a down rank, I think.
Uh,
I don't think I've ever lost 15 games in a row since the game's been out. Like, I think I've lost maybe almost 10 in a row or something. But that is like, what kind of ratio is that? 3? No, 1 to 4? Yeah. So
it
you would have to win
you
one
also have
game
you
for
also
every
have to
fourth
watch out
loss.
because it doesn't work that like that. You
Okay,
can,
then I'm
yeah,
lost. Then I'm sorry.
you
But
the 5 wins and 15 losses just decide when your ranked updates.
oh, yeah,
You
you're
can
right.
go
My bad.
five wins and 3 losses and rank down potentially.
But
I
still, I feel like it. I don't like, depending on what rank you are, of course. If I think the game realizes if you're not at the rank you're supposed to be, then you gain more than you lose. But
Mm.
when I am winning, I feel like I don't win as much as I lose, or vice versa. Like, uh, I feel like the values have been changed a bit, at least.
That, yes, that I agree. It feels a lot easier to rank up, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. It's
I mean,
just, Yeah, Mr. Fish.
It feels like ranking up now just depends on you spending the hours and not actually
Yeah.
being better. Like you can just rank up by playing 1,000 games with a 50.1 win rate instead of, you know, improving, I guess.
Honestly, I felt like this since a long time. I don't think that's completely new to Overwatch itself or to any game really. Like if you spend a lot of time with it, you're bound to eventually win because there's no way you only lose. Like unless you play what's it called, like 5-stack D-rank stack or whatever. Like some people do that. Some people have fun with that. But you're bound to win and improve as well. I think that's a big problem in the Overwatch community as well. There's so much gatekeeping. Like people will fight you teeth and nail that someone can't improve when they spent like 200 hours in the last season or something. Like these guys, maybe they haven't played as much before. Maybe they actually started to grind. Maybe they're starting to improve. Maybe they get better. But all people do is just open their profile and they're like, yeah, that guy was 2 divisions below me, hence he must be bad. Like,
Yeah, so
and
true.
I've done that before. I'm guilty. It's not like I've never done this. Like, it's a big problem with in exclamation mark high ranked players that they just feel like they're on top of the world. Like they're just so their ego is too big.
And then you have people going to Twitter and saying, "Oh, this person doesn't deserve this rank," and whatever. Like I think there was like a huge debate about a streamer getting GM for the first time, and people were saying, "Oh, she doesn't deserve that rank or whatever."
Yeah,
when she was spending, I think, 800 games a season.
And I think it's also with people who wouldn't play the game a lot, but then like Overwatch 2 got released and they were like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot again, I'm gonna play. And in Overwatch 1 at the end they were like something diamond or whatever, but they didn't grind it. They played like 2 hours a season or something. And then they would grind again and they would get back to like their old peaks or whatever, which would be, I don't know, GM maybe, even top 500. And like they are good at the game, but they still get trash talked. Like,
yeah, because sometimes people don't feel like coders can change.
yeah. And as I said before, I've been there before. I'm not a saint. I've done that, been there, and I really feel bad about myself, especially when I see that someone actually has improved. Well, it's really frustrating when you think someone else is bad, and then you watch them play, and then you realize, yeah, they are actually bad, and they shouldn't be here.
I appreciate the honesty, though. I think we can change a bit the topic towards something that you did mention, which is matchmaking.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that as well.
Perfect, then you have the stage, Lavenna.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I think at this point it's really just an echo chamber, but like, would we really mind just queuing for 10 minutes or like 12 minutes max to get good games? I don't think so. Like, it's literally, I'm just repeating what everyone's been saying, and I just wish they kind of listened to that feedback, but apparently, they're not implementing it for whatever reason. But yeah, in case I said something controversial, call me out. But yeah.
No, I think I saw also people in the chat. I think Oddi and Chris mentioned it, that they would
All
like
right.
to have an option to have balanced queues while queuing for 8 minutes rather than 1 minute of queue, but you get tanks of 2 different ranks.
I'd be willing to queue up to like 10 or 12 minutes even. Like 12 minutes depending on the time of the day, 10 minutes if it's like the evening or something like that, and peak gaming hours. But yeah, just like maybe you guys have an opinion on this as well.
I mean, I would rather queue longer and have like more quality games, so I don't feel as if my time is wasted. Because I want to improve. I want to be a better player, right? So how do I improve? How do I see where I make mistakes? It's not when I die to a plat player or when I outplay in exclamation mark a plat player. It's when I play against people at my skill level. Like when I feel like they are equal to me, better than me, or slightly worse than me, or something like that. That's where I can check whether I'm good or not. Not when I either stomp or get stomped. That's one thing that I wanted to mention as well. I feel like in Overwatch 2, stomping and getting stomped is happens way more than in Overwatch 1. I don't know how it is for you guys. Like I feel like since launch I've had a lot of games where it's either we just got turbo stomped or we stomped the enemy. Like
yeah, I tend to agree with that.
You also get like
games.
a coin toss sometimes, which is won or lost on loading screen.
Oh, but that also happened in Overwatch 1. I mean, I think 2 days ago, I had a game with Timo and someone that didn't like Timo. I don't know if you know him. He's a French tank player, I think Contenders.
Yeah, yeah.
And this person didn't like Teemo, and they it was King's Row. They picked Zenyatta, and we were on attack, and I got an instant kill on the enemy Kiriko, so we were 5v4. But we had a Sen, and like this guy was on Sen, and he would just die every fight and like typing things to Teemo, and it was just we were better in theory, but we would lose because this guy just wouldn't play. Like, and then I report this player, but I'm sure they didn't get banned or didn't get any punishment. I think that's one thing that Blizzard needs to check as well. Like, people don't value their accounts anymore because there's no value to them. Like, if you can create an account for free, I think you don't even need to connect a number.
You do, I think,
you
for
do,
new
yeah.
ones, right?
New
Well,
accounts,
but
yeah.
then you
Like,
just go and I don't know, like get some, go on some sketchy Russian website and get a number. Like,
yeah.
I do believe the
I don't
number
know.
has to be region locked to the region that you have your account on, but then you can create your account in Russia, maybe. I'm not sure how that
I
works.
think accounts should have more value so that if people get
Yes.
banned, it actually feels like a ban and not like just oh, you need to create a new account to be toxic or throw people's games for your personal enjoyment or
Mm.
any of those
Do
kind
you
of
have
things.
an idea how to go about that? I'd be interested to hear.
I mean, the easiest thing you could do would be like IP bans and stuff,
Yeah.
but that is
Yeah.
maybe a step like too harsh because
No.
I think you would lose a
I'm not
lot of
against it.
players still. Like I'm not against it either. And I mean,
So-
I've been, guys, I'm gonna be honest again. I've thrown at someone's game before because I didn't want them to win because we had beef or something. Like I've been there. I've used to play a lot of Doomfist. Like Pendrix used to be my account where I would just have fun. I would play there so I could have fun. I wouldn't like I would try to win, but I would maybe not pick the best character. You know, like that kind of stuff. And then I don't know. It's just stupid. Then it's a circle, right? Because then the other people are like, okay, this guy's not trying to win. The game sucks. I'm gonna do the same. And then they get into my game on like another account of theirs, and then it's just a never-ending cycle of
yeah.
stupid like I
Trolling
don't know
and getting trolled.
toxic banter, trolling, getting trolled. Yeah, and it's also my fault then. Like it's I'm not. I'm also part of this community. I'm also responsible for the wrongdoings.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I see
So
Odd is mentioning that
yeah.
IP bans do not work because IP is now static in Swiss households. I'm not an expert on that kind of stuff. I'm sure there probably is some sort of solution somewhere in the web to limit that.
Yeah.
But
You can't you can hardware ban. That's what you can do.
Okay, yeah, that
Which is really drastic, but I feel like
I
honestly
think
in some cases,
you'd
sure,
have
do
some
it.
people that would just get another PC and
Yeah, but
like
like
gone.
okay, have that amount of money.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, for sure.
It
I
also
think
doesn't. Oh, sorry.
no, just getting a new PC hurts a bit more than just like changing your IP address, which you can do very easily
Oh yeah,
from your
sure.
router.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Fish, were you saying?
It just feels like something Blizzard wouldn't pull the trigger on.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
I
It's
think
just
it's
like more invasive anti-cheat systems. It just doesn't feel like something Blizzard would do, unfortunately. Or
it's
fortunately, I
too
guess.
big.
Depends on
I feel like they
whatever.
would lose too much of a player base. Like
Yeah.
I honestly think it's just too many people that behave like this or like cheat or troll, misbehave, whatever. Like I don't think I've ever seen anyone get banned for intentionally throwing. I've seen people get banned for being toxic in chat because that's a big no-no. Like you're not allowed to potentially hurt someone's feelings or like that sounds a bit what do you call it? Like that's a big deal, right? If you are being toxic in words, that's a huge deal. If you cheat, that's also a huge deal. I've seen people get banned for cheating, but I've never ever seen someone get banned for intentionally throwing. And even that's been a report option since I can think of
Yeah.
reporting people. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen someone get banned for trolling or?
Not for throwing. I disagree with you on the point that I feel like people are maybe it's more nowadays, but people still say the most vile shit to me in
Oh
chat,
yeah,
in
yeah.
voice chat, it doesn't matter.
Um,
Like the
um,
most sexist shit, N-words, like and they don't get banned for it. Somehow they're still around. I know people by name, like some of them, of course. I'm like, okay, this game is not gonna be fun for me, but yeah. I don't know. I think they could do a lot better. I personally, I feel like Riot has really, like changed things in the right direction there. Basically, they really stepped up their game. But I feel like Blizzard could do it too. I would like to see it happen, but yeah, I tend to be quite drastic for that kind of stuff. I feel like if you say certain things, you're out. You shouldn't be able to play the game. It's just my opinion. People won't learn otherwise. And that's how you keep the community and the environment really hostile. And nobody wants to play in a hostile environment, I feel like, at the end of the day.
And
Yeah,
about
comp is very toxic. Like, even if you win, or even if I win, sometimes I'm still upset. Like, okay, I won, but what did it cost me? Like,
Entire
10
sanity.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just a lot of things coming together. But I also think that, like, at least like 50 or 60% of it is the community just being dummies. Like, there's a lot of very edgy
Mm,
people in competitive, or like I don't know.
yeah.
I would say they're probably like 14 or something, and they found this cool new thing and they identify with that or whatever, or like they think they're being funny, or they are like, yeah, this is not real. This is not actually me. I'm just being a quirky guy, and like,
Matter of fact, I think we actually have a huge problem with not just like 14-year-olds, just like generally, yeah, people of any age really saying the most vile shit. And I feel like flaming is one thing. Like, you can call someone a trash can or whatever. Is it nice? No, it's not nice. But then again, calling them the N-word, hate criming them is just like, it's a
yeah,
different level for me. I personally make a big difference out of the two. I feel like banter, trash talking, I personally try to avoid it, but like, yeah, it's not that bad. But hate criming someone is just, that's different. I feel like that just, for the people affected, it's just not a nice experience to go through.
especially if you think about it the other way around. What if the person on the receiving end is like the, let's say, 14-year-old or whatever? Because that's one thing. Like, I'm toxic at times. Like, I say things like turn on your monitor or something. Like, I'm trying to kind of be funny toxic or whatever, or I'm just like an asshole. Like, I say someone is bad or whatever. Like, I do that. I'm guilty. But what if on the receiving end someone like young, there's someone young or whatever? Like, I feel like people that are younger. That's one thing that I realized. Like, I don't know, maybe half a year ago or something. Like, I always thought that I'm talking to someone that is like kind of like me, you know? And then I'm like, yeah, this guy can take my trash talk or my toxicness. What if it's someone that can't do that? Like, what if it's someone that is like, damn, this guy, like, actually that really hurt me or whatever. Like, that actually stings. That guy was being mean for no reason. And I really wish that I could improve. Like, I would like to be a better person in that regard. Like, yeah.
Mm. You're a slave for saying that. I really respect that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of people just don't seem to understand there's other people on the other side of the names that are in the game.
Yeah, of course. But
It's
for
really
me,
weird.
the biggest, like, the biggest click in my head was when I thought about it. I was like, what if I were, like, let's say, younger? Because I don't think that I'm like the complete target audience of Overwatch anymore. But what if I were younger? I played this game and I would like try to have fun. I would like maybe to improve. Maybe I got that good that I can try to get it to the best or whatever. And then there's just some people putting you down and being really rude. Like, I don't know. It's really bad.
Yeah. I personally have started playing Overwatch without text chat, without voice chat, having some nice smooth jazz in the background, and I've been enjoying playing comp like that. I don't need to hear people, they don't need to hear me, and it has been working. But I know
Okay,
Yeah.
guys,
it's
but we talked about. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
no,
Sorry.
no, no. You can go.
Um, we talked about a lot of bad things, so I want to mention something good. I've had some really good games with fun people. Even when I lost, I had people like the best thing that can happen to me, in my opinion, is when I join voice chat. And maybe I know the people already, maybe I don't. But there's people talking to me. They like call things. They try to win. I can feel like I'm in a game with people that want to play, that want to win, that have like a drive or something. And then I don't even mind if we lose. If I get the plat tank player locking Ryan against LH Cloudy, that's fine by me. If that guy is like shot calling like a god and like trying to do his best to counter pin or whatever, that feels amazing. Like I still get that spirit sometimes in Overwatch. It's sadly just like every 10th game maybe, but when it comes, it's really really nice.
Hmm. I literally had a game like that today. It's like the most amazing feeling. So
Yeah,
like
and then
I'm right there with you.
if it's like clutch, if you have a guy clutching it out, like, and everybody hypes him and stuff, it's so cool. And that's one thing that I think, especially people on EU could learn from Americans, because
Yeah.
I've like this stance on Americans that they are having more fun playing video games than us, because they've got like this thing with everybody basically speaking the same language. They don't have like this different kind of mix of people who come together, I'd say, and they are less competitive because of this, but they also have way more fun. Because whenever I would queue on an A, everybody would, or almost every time, everybody would talk. Everybody would play, would have try to have fun, which is essentially why everybody's there for in the first place. Yeah.
Hmm. I think culturally also Americans just tend to be
Oh yeah, they would
really,
just,
really polite and nice to the point
yeah.
where it's almost a little bit, but yeah.
It's like, do you really care or?
Yeah, but like
When they start
tell
talking
me.
about their breakfast, it starts
Oh yeah,
getting
then
weird.
it's a bit far. Or they
Yeah.
talk about their day or whatever. Man, play the fucking game. I want to win.
Real.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I used to queue on NA sometimes for that reason. It was just a better experience, and honestly, Gio, I couldn't play like you. Honestly, I need like to talk to people and whatever. That's why I refuse to shut up, even though I know sometimes I'm gonna get the occasional sexist in my game. It just doesn't matter. I just need to talk to people and whatever and have fun with them. That's why I'm playing a multiplayer game, right? Otherwise, I could be playing a single player game. You know, it's just kind of my logic on it.
Yeah, it's just that since like in the last 2 weeks, I went from platinum to master. No one listens to comms in platinum. No one.
I mean, if anyone is even in voice in the
Yeah,
first
that
place.
the few that are in voice to the wrong calls. It's like there is
Card guys.
no point in losing my focus on positioning and on aiming to try to follow up on the wrong calls they do. So I just try to play my best and get to a rank where people more or less can work together.
Mm,
Like
Gotcha.
I've started a
fair.
bit to join voice chat again if I see, oh wait, we're playing dive, maybe it's worth to try to coordinate more. But yeah. Anyway, I think we've talked for competitive for quite a while. Does anyone have something they want to add or a certain topic they didn't mention?
I
Not me.
had something in the back of my head, but then I forgot about it. Maybe I will remember it later.
Maybe
I think we move on.
something else you're guilty about?
No. I've talked a lot enough about me being
Yeah, enough
toxic person and guilty of doing various things.
enough confessions for tonight. Then we can switch to the probably biggest topic for someone here, balance changes, and I think we can start with Mercy. Laverna, I will give you the word. I will try to split the discussion about Mercy into 3 topics.
Mhm.
Did you say healing first?
Yeah,
Okay.
I pulled up my notes.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
start talking about healing, then we
starting
can move.
serious.
Yeah, then we can move to movement, and then if you
Yeah.
want, res and damage boost. So you have the stage.
Right. So yeah, as we know, they changed Mercy. I'm just gonna assume everyone knows what they changed. But yeah, basically the healing was changed/improved. And actually, like I have to admit, I haven't played that much because I was really busy. But I have played some games today, and then I scrimmed some. And we played some interesting comps actually when it like right when it came out. We scrimmed with sometimes with Mercy and Zen, which was working surprisingly well. We played it on King's Row, which sounds really thorough. It probably was, but it worked well. And I remember like distinctively on that map where we played, it was just crazy the amount of healing I put out. I was like completely shocked by it myself. And yeah, so the healing is better, that's for sure. And it works a lot better with, for example, Echo. Pharah isn't exactly in the best spot right now, I would say, from what I have seen. But she's just really, really crazy with Echo. And if there's any cute Echo mains out there, DM me. Anyway, just kidding. But yeah, I think in solo queue, she just tends to be really, really good with that kind of heroes that she's been good with before. And yeah, but the big but, I do not like the movement. I've always said about Mercy, like as a Mercy main, I literally care about one thing and one thing only. They can change everything else. I'm gonna be fine with that, but leave the movement alone as much as possible. Because it's so fun, and it's the reason why I play her. Like mostly the reason why I play her. Actually, she's cute too. But yeah, I feel like it would have been fine if they changed the movement in ways like make her less bouncy, if you know what I mean. Which they did by making some of her movements slower. But then, like changing the GA cooldown is just, oof, it's a toughie. Like you cannot do some stuff that you used to be able to, like for example, super jumping and then flying to a target to res it, like on high ground, for example. It's just, it feels so clunky and I don't like it. But yeah, I do wish that they would change something about this again. However, I don't think they're going to, because they did post on yesterday, I think it was. They did post on an MAA on Reddit, like an Ask Me Anything kind of thingy. They said that they're mostly gonna leave her alone, which I think is not really good because her healing is really, really, really strong, especially within in like on air targets like Echo or Pharah. They're basically unkillable in solo queue, especially in solo queue. But yeah, it's just kind of with Mercy. It's just like this thing that you're always scared. What are they gonna do next? If they're gonna touch her, oh my god, it's gonna be a disaster. in like some ways, but yeah. I was talking a lot. Maybe you can
Yeah.
give some of your input. Like,
Mhm.
I think probably leaving res damage boost. Like, what could they do with it? We can leave that for the rest. I
Yeah.
would say.
I will bring back the conversation about healing. Pendrix, do you feel like the healing of Mercy is good to play against or not?
Dude, like the issue is not only her healing. The issue is that my character, the guy that I play the most, doesn't deal damage. So you have like two negatives, kind of like, or like it doesn't add up. There's no way, unless I play 100% perfect, that I kill a target that is pocketed. Like
Yeah.
there's no way that I kill someone as Genji when they're pocketed, and it's so frustrating. But I think the healing part is not like. It's kind of a cool change because Mercy players exchanged something kind of. I mean, they traded movement now for uh, the change. What's it called? Like the passive where you heal when you heal someone else, and that's it. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
I think Mercy didn't actually need that change. All Blizzard had to do was actually nerf Sojourn. Like the only thing people complain about is getting one tapped across the map. Like they didn't care about her like bullets in particular or something, but they can't do that kinda. I feel like because Sojourn is like together with Kiriko and Chunker Queen or whatever, like she's like the poster character, so they can't really take that away from her. But I think Mercy was actually fine before. The only thing that frustrated me was Res, which has always frustrated me, I guess, but in 5v5 even a bit more because in 5v5 your res has more value because there's less people, right? So if you are 5v4, I feel like the fights are. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense, does it? Am I being stupid?
No,
Finish
Because in
your point.
6v6, my point is that if you rest someone in 5v5, it has more value than in 6v6.
Yeah, it does.
it does.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
does.
Yeah, I'm right, right? Yeah, okay.
It's the
I just had
difference.
to double
Yeah.
check that. And so whenever I kill someone, like okay, I'm gonna say how it feels from my POV sometimes. Let's say the enemy team has Ash Mercy, Ash Echo, I mean Ash Mercy, Echo Mercy, or some other pocket combo, maybe Zoshan, and we manage or I manage to kill the person on the receiving end of the pocket. Usually I will have used up all my cooldowns. My team probably used their cooldowns or whatever. It feels like you've killed the raid boss, right? It's that, and then it gets rest because there's some wall, some kind of way for Mercy to press E and hide, and it just feels so frustrating when you see the person you just killed with all your cooldowns down get rest, and you don't have any cooldowns, and you're just gonna die then. Like, I mean, of course, I also agree that mostly when someone gets rest, it wasn't played well by the team who got the pick or whatever. Like, I think a lot of rests are very contestable, but the rest is just really, really frustrating to play against sometimes.
Yeah, and going back to the healing, because I think healing is probably right now is it fair to say the strongest part of Mercy's kit? But I want to ask Mr. Fish, since before Mercy was not really played with tanks, or at least was not really good at healing tanks. Does this change make Mercy better to play with tanks, Mr. Fish?
I think so. I couldn't really play before the patch. I didn't really have time, so I can't really compare because I didn't get to play Overwatch 2 beforehand. But now, as a tank, at least playing against Mercy, for someone like me who likes to play heroes like, Monkey, Ball, Diva, it's really frustrating as well to play against Pocket because it just feels like you don't deal damage either, especially on Monkey.
Mm-hmm. I believe in Monk it's mathematically impossible to kill if Mercy is
It's
pocketing.
very possible.
Yeah.
It's very
okay.
possible.
Oh, wait. You want to talk about healing? Okay, here we go. If you play Genji, right? You have this blade ability, and if you try to kill someone that is being healed by Mercy, you don't kill them. You just don't. You hit them 3 times, 4 times, doesn't matter. You do not kill them. I think you need 4 slices with dash to kill someone, and yeah.
And that's without Ana Nade or whatever the fuck else the other support might be doing.
I mean, of course, Nano Blade, we're talking something else, but raw blade doesn't kill someone that is being pocketed usually. Like, if you kill someone that is being pocketed with Genji raw blades, then I think you've played really well, or the enemy has played really bad.
Or you had 4 other teammates looking at the same target.
Yeah.
That's rough, honestly.
Actually, I have 2 ideas on how they could change the Mercy healing to keep the advantage, because I think it's really nice to give her more depth in terms of healing, so she can clutch save someone, but without making it this easy to do, because you just click on someone and then half of the roster has a really hard time to kill them. And one of the ideas they had is to have, as soon as you latch the healing, there's like a burst of healing for like 50 HP, 75 HP. So you can switch your target to someone else to do like a burst of healing to save them. The problem with it is that if they don't code it properly, you could like keep spamming it and keep healing people for like 75 bursts at a time, which would be OP. But I do feel like always having the, I think now buff the 67 healing, maybe, I'm not sure. When the target's FHP, I think that's kind of
I think it's the 67.5.
I've got no idea, honestly. I just, like, it starts at 50%, right? So if someone has less than 50% HP, they get more healing, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as they are over 50 HP, like 50% HP, they're gonna have less healing again, or like normal amount of healing.
Yeah, exactly.
So the breaking point is 50%, and I just, I don't know. I feel like often I'm shooting someone, and I'm shooting them, and I'm hitting them, and they just don't die. Like, it's
Yeah.
But then again, I also think it's a cool change. Like, I kinda like it, but I don't know. I don't know how to put it. The Mercy at the moment feels very weird because she's been the way she was before for a very long time. Like, with the movement cooldown, especially, it trips me out because back then, like, or before, Mercy players would get away with some things that they don't get away with now, like one wrong GA and you're dead, which is good in my opinion. I think that should be a thing. But sometimes it's really weird because I'm like, yeah, she's gonna fly any second now, and she's just not flying because she can't. She's got 1 more second cooldown or whatever.
But she's super tanky at the same time because she's just like
Oh,
healing
yeah.
someone else. It's
That's
so
higher
weird.
effective HP in a way.
It's
I
really
assure
awkward.
you, it
But
feels
honestly,
so weird.
I think
like, to
it's not
play as
even
well.
like, didn't people say it was a buff even for Mercy? I don't know. I don't
It
know what it
is.
is. to
Yeah,
be
It
honest.
absolutely is, actually.
I feel like I feel almost indifferent from before because I still get one tapped by Sojourn across the map. And yeah, I don't know why did Mercy get changed in the first place. I mean, I like being healed at 50% HP. If it's me being healed, then it's cool. Otherwise, I don't like it.
You're asking good questions. I'm exactly wondering the same. I was like, honestly, I was completely fine with them changing her to be less bouncy, as I said before, like slowing the way she moves, kind of. I feel like that was necessary. She was really slippery beforehand, and it was just silly at times. Like the stuff that you could pull off, it was just not reasonable. But changing the healing came as a complete surprise to me. Even like when I read the patch notes, I was like, "Oh my goodness, what are they doing?" Because there was so much they changed, and yeah, I kind of wish they would have left that alone, or just like I always say with Mercy, like I wish they would just go crazy, like just completely redesign her, leave the movement alone.
I
Granted,
have a really good
like,
idea. She should be
yeah.
able to rest her entire team. I think that would be a good
Oh
mechanic.
I
yeah,
don't
oh
think
my
nothing's
god,
gonna go wrong with that.
revolutionary.
Surely.
No,
He's
guys,
not
actually,
gonna camp in the corner.
I missed that time. That was fun because on last point Gibraltar, you could rest from spawn.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, oh god.
I
Good
remember.
times.
I was
I was
1.3k
there
SR
84
back
years
then.
ago.
Slay.
Okay, boomer.
I was a
the
Platinum
silver
Reaper
days.
player.
I didn't even have the game back then, I think.
You didn't have the game when you were silver?
No,
But
I mean, like, I think when it was still Masters, I think I just started playing right after. Wait, what season was that? What season did they patch that out?
Mercy changes,
Yeah.
I believe around season 7, maybe.
Yeah,
That
I started playing season
yeah.
8. So didn't even have, yeah, so I didn't have the game then.
But I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
Chris says season 7,
Chris is
so
7, yeah.
yeah, let's trust her.
Mm,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'll also
I feel like the Mercy changes are something that the people that asked for them are not really aware of. Okay, not how the game works, but they kind of used Mercy as a scapegoat for some other issue. Like they put Mercy on the spot for something else that was wrong. You know what I mean? Like, and in that case, it's Sojourn. Well, in my opinion, at least.
Love you for saying that. I absolutely think that's true, but
I
yeah,
mean, I
lots of other
swear,
people
I
don't think
sometimes
that's true.
I'm losing my marbles when I see Mercy player do like fucking triple backflip with one button, and I need to like play perfectly to get the same kind of movement off with more than twice her cooldown. But I like people were not mad because they couldn't kill Mercy or something. Like you can kill Mercy, you could kill Mercy before, but you would just get killed by Soldier before you were able to kill the Mercy. Like I don't know.
Mm. No, I
Enough
do
rant.
agree.
Yeah, and also I'm gonna go statement that's gonna piss off a lot of DPS players.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, I'm a DPS player. Yeah.
Yeah, no, wait. I don't think Mercy even before was that hard to hit.
I
think,
agree.
like,
Just get good.
just literally
Just like
the
Just
kick.
hit your
no,
shots.
Just hit her in the head.
Some things were it's definitely like way easier now.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like impossible to hit her or something. Like one thing I hate is when there's like this you can just adjust your like direction of flight mid-flight, which is really annoying.
It's just
Where you would do
weird.
like a 90 degrees turn into the other direction or something.
I think that's fun. I don't mind that.
I mean, to play certainly, but to predict like with your mouse where they go.
Well, of course, it's not ideal to play against, but also it's her kit, it's her movement. I think that was not the problem.
I honestly think it's not a like really bad change or anything. Like
Yeah.
I think Mercy now is I think Mercy players are probably having less fun because
Yep.
you can move less and it's kind of like
It
monkey
just feels
jumped me. I've got a
clunky.
longer cooldown now. I need to hold out longer before I can run away from the monkey or whatever. But like pick wise, I still feel like I see her 70% of the games maybe.
I do believe Mercy right now is the second most picked hero based on overbuff stuff.
Yeah. You'll
It's not as
always
bad
see her
as
pick though. That
like
is the
Yeah, I know,
thing with her.
but yeah.
It's not
The-
representative how good she is because people just love Mercy. That's just how it is.
Same thing with
yeah,
Ana.
same with Genji. Trust
Yeah.
me, bro.
Exactly.
yeah.
And Ana as well. Good point.
Everyone just plays
Kill me.
Ana in my ranked games. Ana
No,
Mercy every game, so fun. Ana Mercy
honestly,
on
even
circuit.
like
Yes.
I think almost all support characters are very strong right now, and balancing overall is really good at the moment.
Yeah.
Except for the one
Kiri.
guy who shall not be named.
Except cool.
Like I think the game is very well balanced, probably the best state it's ever been in balancing wise, in my opinion. Except for like Bastion is just such a niche pick because his
Okay.
kit is really weird. People don't play Bastion that often. I think he can be good as a clutch pick, like on third point King's Row maybe, when they've got a ball or something. He's really good against ball. I've played him against ball before on various maps. Like he's actually a good ball conjurer. Like not unlike Sombra. I mean, Sombra is good against ball, but I feel like Bastion is just like better. And Genji is just weak. Like
I think Sombra is really good against ball if your other DPS is able to follow up on it.
oh yeah, but I like good ball players will always outplay you on Sombra right now because or I would say the matchup is 60-40 probably for ball. But there's also not that many Sombra players again, so I pick Sombra sometimes against ball players, but mostly to get into their heads, not because I really think it's like the game-winning pick.
I pick
just wanna mess
Sombra
with
all the
ball.
time against ball. I hate ball players.
It's super fun to hack ball players, especially when they are mid slam.
Yeah.
Or use EMP on their minds. It's actually really fun. Like
solo EMP them.
oh yeah,
So
been there, done that.
Yeah.
And yeah, the other like, what did I say? Ball was weak. I mean Bastion and Genji's just. I'm a Genji player, okay? I'm biased as fuck.
Same.
Hate me, I don't care. But the issue with the character is, you can pick literally any other character and play in exclamation mark worse. Like I can play Tracer at like 80% of my capability, whatever, and I will always generate more value than if I picked Genji and played like perfect. Like it's just a really frustrating character.
Like
'Cause you need
Genji's
to be
just bad at the moment, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's just straight shit.
that's so sad.
I mean, it's playable if you play perfect all the time. And I'm old. I don't play perfect all the time. I'm too old for this. I can't do it. And I'm a bit salty as well because of course I feel like I'm not as good as I used to be, but the hero just doesn't feel that strong. The one moment you are strong is when you use Nanoblade, but Nanoblade has counterplay. I don't know how people always feel like Nanoblade is an instant game-winning mechanic. Like I feel like the people who say that don't Nanoblade themselves. I want to see the people who say that it's a broken combination play it themselves and like see how it feels like. Because if you like play against people like ML7 or other really good Ana players, you're bound to get slapped or CC'd or shattered or whatever. Like there's counterplay to it. It's not game winning.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Genji.
Want to go back to
very
Mercy?
that is a very like biased opinion.
Yeah.
Super biased.
Do you want to go back to Mercy, Laverna?
I'm scared, but yeah, sure. No, actually, I was very much in tune actually with everything being said here so far. Nothing was like making me want to go to your house, and yeah.
Huh?
Oh god.
Oh, good. No, but like, just honestly, I tend to be really kind of steering away from other Mercy mains that don't like change in any way whatsoever. Yeah, I can just repeat what I said beforehand. Honestly, I feel like they should just get creative with her and create something new. Like basically, Jesus take the wheel. I'm all for it. Just yeah, keep the deer movement, please, or like just kind of keep
It
it.
would be, it would be funny if they made her like in Floppy Birds with her ult or something. You need to press space to like jump up and down. That would be actually funny.
Okay.
Like that would be a great
I'm
change.
picturing it.
Sure.
Can you still hear me, by the way? I bumped my microphone.
Yeah, now we can. There was just a second that it stopped.
There was a bit of a cut, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I'm picturing it. I'm not sure if I like it that much, but I appreciate the input.
Yeah, I think I should be on the dev team, guys.
Yeah, I think so too.
We all
Gen-
should.
Genji meta
Okay,
for
I need to go
years.
on one. I need to go on one last rant with Genji. I don't understand why they did him dirty like that because they nerfed everything about him.
Yeah.
Like It started when they changed deflect hitbox in, what was it, season 5 or whatever, rightfully so, because deflect hitbox was way too big. And ever since then, deflect hasn't felt like an ability anymore. Because at the highest level of play, people will not shoot your deflect. You need to predict a hit scan player to press left click, and if they don't press left click, then your ability is wasted. I mean, you're let's say invincible, or you're not gonna die during those 2 seconds, but it doesn't feel like it brings that much utility. I don't know. It's just the hero has such a high skill ceiling, and it's so fun watching good people play him, or like good players, or no, I need to say it differently. People be good at Genji is fun and entertaining to watch, and I don't know why they made him so bad that people don't even want to touch him. Like sometimes I pick Genji and I lose one fight and I'm like I can't do this. I there's no way I play Genji against their team composition without either losing my mind or just straight up losing the game. It feels like a soft throw pick. Like it doesn't feel like you can compete against other characters in the same role.
I was actually playing a lot with another Genji main recently, and he literally said the same things that you're saying, and I completely hear it. I watched him struggle so many times, so yeah, when he shouldn't have struggled, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah. Great.
It's just the breaking points. Like they nerfed his damage on the blade. Okay. They nerfed his damage on the shuriken. Okay. They remove his ammo. Okay. Like what else are they gonna do next? I believe they said they wanna focus more on his kids outside of the blade, because
Yeah.
they also feel as if Nanoblade is just a game-winning combination of ultimates or whatever. But I swear, like, do like decent Nanoblades in high rank. I want to see you do it, and then say that again, because already with positioning, people can do so much. If you know the enemy has played and you like mind your positioning, you're not gonna generate as much value with Genji, because like people are too split, so you can't really like use them as dash resets and stuff. It's just really frustrating to play.
Yeah. I do think though Genji doesn't need that much to be good, let's say. I think just
Yeah, but I
buffing
think it's
the
mostly
damage on the shuriken should be enough to
yeah, I agree. I think if they didn't nerf the damage, I would
yeah.
I would be having fun right now, like a lot of fun. I think Genji would be like a decent pick. I mean, before the nerfs, he was actually good. I think he was really good starting into Overwatch 2. I didn't play him as much then. I don't know why. I think because I was still fed up with Overwatch 1, I guess, and I just like kind of came back to the game, and I played a lot of other things. Like I tried things out, but he was really good starting
Yeah.
when we got into Overwatch 2, and ever since the changes in, I think, November, like
Yeah, November.
beginning of season 2 or something, um he's been really frustrating to play, because so often you would lose a duel just because you know that they nerfed your damage. Like it's just so like I have this kind of thing where I don't know if you guys know that you have like a deja vu when you have uh, a duel. Like I have a duel with a Tracer or Cole Cassidy or whatever, and in my brain I know that if I do these things, like if I hit them, they're supposed to be dead, and then in my brain I'm already like on the next thing kinda, and then I do them and they don't die because just the breaking point is like higher now.
Mm.
It's especially frustrating with Cole Cassidy because like he has 25 more HP and I deal 2 less damage. It's really it hurts, man. It hurts.
I
But I'm
feel
gonna
that.
shut up now. I'm sorry, guys.
No worry.
Yeah, no, honestly, give Genji some love is what we're taking away from this discussion.
I mean, Genji did receive the best buff he could get, the dating simulator. That
True.
Guys,
True.
no,
Wow.
can someone tell me what happened to the DPS passive? Because they said something along the lines that 5v5 was really good for Genji, which I kinda agree and disagree, because like all of the stun mechanics, like utility, has been removed,
Mhm.
so he definitely profited from that. And the DPS passive was just amazing for Genji, like the movement speed, you would be so slippery and stuff. But then they removed the passive, right? Like it's no longer in the game, so
I
Genji
actually
doesn't have the passive anymore.
I actually think at the start of Overwatch 2, Genji was not really. I mean, the passive surely gave him a huge boost. The passive was great with him, but he was really strong not because of himself, but because Zarya and Ana were meta, and
Oh
you could,
yeah, I remember.
yeah, you could nano blade, get a Zarya bubble, and have one pick for sure normally also the second one. And the Genji at the start was great because he
Yeah,
had all
Genji at the
support
start
he
was
needed.
really good.
Yeah.
I have no idea why they nerfed him. Like, I don't understand, because he was good, but he wasn't like 24/7 spammed good, kind of like.
Yeah,
or
Sojourn good.
Yeah, like, how did they nerf my boy before they nerfed Sojourn? That is something that I will never understand and refuse to give any, like. Oh, I can't, man.
I feel that, don't worry.
And
Mm.
one thing that I want to add as well is with Sojourn. I don't know whether you guys played when Ash would be able to one shot with damage boost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that
I
was
swear that
pain.
was around for 9 months or something.
Mhm.
Like, that was around for such a long time, and that was the dumbest shit ever. And I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to then
Mhm.
with Sojourn. It feels kind of the same. Like, and yeah. Okay, guys, and then you have 2 weeks of fun on Genji, and then the fun is cancelled. It's over, guys. No more fun.
Blizzard hates projectile players. That's the truth.
Yeah. Oh,
It doesn't
yeah,
attract
balancing.
FPS players.
I think the biggest issue with balancing at the moment is the map pool, because it's just designed around hitscan players.
Don't worry,
Like,
it's map pool is going away
I
next
know,
season.
but
That's good. That's
I
really
don't know how did someone check this map pool and was like, yeah, this is fine. Like, dude, I can't. The other day I was literally going insane, because the only way that I feel like on DPS you could have impact is if you pick a one-shot character
Hanzo.
with all the LOS
Yeah.
maps, like Havana, Rialto, Shambali.
Circuit Royale.
Yeah, dude. Oh
Rocket
my, dude,
Town.
I hate that map. I hate it so
Circuit
much.
second is so bad.
Oh my god, man.
I love Circuit. I'm so sorry.
I like it because I can play Sigma, but like otherwise it's so cringe.
Yeah, not my
Just
favorite either.
second
have to say.
point is
Chunker
just
Town as well. There's so many hitscan maps in the game right now. Like, it's
yeah.
actually
I mean,
crazy.
they brought back Havana.
Mm. I
Oh,
tend to
man.
like those maps, but yeah, I feel like there should be some sort of, like,
Like
give
the
me
fun,
something else, right?
the fun until you have like just a guy who's just better than the rest of the lobby on hit scan, and then it's just either insta loss or insta win, and it's just
Yeah,
not very entertaining.
that's what I wanted to say about balancing as well. Because right now Ball is meta, and Ball, let's say Ball counters Widow, counters Ash, maybe counters Sojourn. I don't know. I don't really know the matchups that well, to be honest. But Ball is good right now, right? So Ball will be a counter pick against those. But if you have the Widowmaker on the high ground on defense on Havana or whatever, Widow can kill like 2-3 people before the ball is even on her. Like,
Yep.
Especially in ranked where people just peek
yeah.
for air. It's fun.
I don't know. I think people should stop making the argument with Genji Nanoblade being like broken or whatever when there's one shot across the map or close range regardless in the game. I think a good change for Widow, for example, would be if she couldn't like one shot close up. Like, how cool would that be if she could only deal like 80% of the damage close up, so you don't fucking get tapped in the head like a meter in front of her. Like, that would be so cool.
But those plays are kind of cool,
They
when
are,
they
yeah.
happen,
It would look
like
kind of sick in the
sitting on a
montage.
tracer
Just...
coming
Yeah,
for
no,
your
I've
ass.
been
It's
there,
kind of cool.
done that, but
Yeah, I don't know what to change about her, to be honest.
Maybe they could make it that when she's copped in, she receives more damage.
I mean, she's already got a health nerf, and I would honestly rather see
the
them
health
change
nerf,
Soj
the health nerf
first.
doesn't matter. The only
Yeah, it
way the
doesn't
health
matter.
nerf matters is in
Early-
certain matchups.
Far range.
Yeah, no. It matters in Widow duels, because you need to have a better feeling for how long you need to scope in.
Okay, fair.
And against Cole Cassidy, when he's damage boosted, he can one tap you if he's close enough. Which is also really dumb. Like, what? How can he just one tap Widow?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, but as we said before, I think the general meta is a really good balance state right now.
Yes, it's
Like-
like you can almost pick any character, like almost.
Yeah. Like as we said already, the few that need some sort of buffs are Genji, Bastion.
I think Bastion doesn't need a buff. It just needs like the game needs to change kind of. Like, they made his ult that he's like kind of like Junkrat maybe, but he's like more controlling. So you would use it to clear a point or Oh yeah, no, it's to clear points basically. But it's just there's like Tracer in almost every game, so you would die whenever you do that.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like that much of a hero compared to the others. Even though I think his rework is really cool, but I think his E ability is very weak. It's cool, but it's weak. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. I don't know if you guys played Bastion or not, but
No.
it's
Wait,
cool to
it-
get
Fuck
to high
Bastion.
grounds, but
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
sometimes. No, go on. I'll talk less.
it's a good rework, and I don't mind him being a niche character, but it still feels like something's missing to him for him to
Yeah.
like be, you know, maybe
On the level
more
of
viable.
another
Oh, yeah.
character, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I think he should stay a niche pick. I'm always scared when Bastion buffs come up or Bastion changes come up generally. Yeah. But
I don't recall Bastion ever being very strong.
There
Only
was
this
one meta, no? Double
there was
Slash
one.
and Pharah,
I don't think it
Yeah.
was. I don't think it was meta. I think he was strong, but he wasn't meta. Like,
Mhm.
I think.
I don't know. I still have PTSD. I don't care what it was, but it was
I
scary.
think they added
Is
ammo
what
to
it was.
his primary fire and accuracy. I think so it wouldn't spread as much.
Oh yeah, there was something like that. I don't remember anymore.
I think it was just because Double Shield was just giga busted back then, no?
Okay,
Bastion
like,
just fit well with like
I-
sim comps and whatnot.
I want to make a big point with balancing. Balancing is amazing right now. I've already said that. I think it's good. You see really a variety of characters. I think it's never been better. But what really frustrates me is just how strong tanks are compared to the other roles. Like, it's insane, man.
Yep.
Like, I played one game of Rhine yesterday, and I don't know what rank I am. I think Masters 3, and I would just feel like I'm dishing out so much damage, and I just don't fucking die. Like, I've got 3 times the HP of the other characters that I usually play. I don't need to really care what I'm doing. Like, I think the lack of what's it called, utility like CC and stun sleeps, whatever, all the crowd control, really helped tank players as well. Because you only need to be mindful kind of the other tank player, and if that guy's out of the picture, you can just go ham. You can just walk into the enemy. Like, the amount of times I see a Ramatra player just be like, okay, it's fisting time, and then he fucking punches everybody down that is in front of him, and they just die with 3 hits or whatever. It's like crazy, man. So
Yeah.
strong.
I've
It
said
feels
you can go.
it feels like they've all gone to like, you know, in Overwatch 1 how some off tanks were like really just DPS with more HP. Now I feel like basically every tank has that ability in
Yeah.
a way. Like,
I mean, it kind of makes sense because they fuse the role into one slot.
yeah,
But like,
it's
I
still
feel like
busted.
in Overwatch 1, tank was kind of a role where you were on steroids. In Overwatch 2, it's just this times 2. Like, tank has so much impact still.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How do you guys feel about the impact, by the way, in general? Like, which role do you
Yeah.
think has the most impact?
I wanted to ask the same question. I feel like most of the times there are some maps where DPS, for example, as we said, like Havana, like Hitscan heavy map where the better Widowmaker wins.
Yeah.
Other than those maps, tanks decide the vast majority of games.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say like Havana could also be tank, but then it has to be like a crazy ball player, for example. But I don't know how good ball is in Havana like overall. I think it's not his best map, but it's not bad either. But ball is just so strong right now. With his cooldown rotations, I see him like in 80-90% of the games.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
You know
it's
why? Because they nerfed Roadhog. That's why.
Yeah.
That's a trade-off I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
Fuck Hog.
yeah, I agree, but he's
Guys,
really,
no.
really
All
bad
my
now.
homies love Roadhog.
Nah,
I
nah,
miss the
No.
time, guys.
nah.
Listen. Back in the day where you could no roll queue, I would queue. I would play DPS, right? But when I realized that I can't win because my supports are not healing me, I don't have a front line. I could just pick a Roadhog and smoke the enemy team because I've DPS and a lot of HP. I'm like a big DPS, and
Yeah.
now I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's really,
Yeah,
really
that's
sad.
good.
Well, I think
No,
that's a good
I
Very,
want
thing.
that
very
back.
good.
I don't like Hog, and I'm shit at Hog, so I don't
I
want
love
Hog to be
Roadhog.
good.
Wait, how can
No,
you be shit at Hog? Have you seen the hook hitbox?
I mean, I know, but like, you know, in just my pathing and shit is just, I don't know, it's just
Okay,
awful.
fair.
I just
Guys,
struggle at
I
hero. I
would
don't know
take
why.
Roadhog any day of the week over Ball, because Ball like eats my backline kinda, and Roadhog I feel like I can still shoot. I don't know.
Oh yeah, for anyone who plays like for me as a tank, I prefer Ball, but I can understand for anyone who plays any squishies like supported DPS to prefer Hog over Ball, because Ball, I mean, it doesn't really have that much counterplay, especially now with no stuns. You
I
just
feel
get
like the
one
the,
shot.
the matchups are just more what's it called, like more skilled, I would say, against Roadhog. I don't know why people were so upset about his one shot. I mean, I think it was kind of bad, but it wasn't like I think Hook is also in that kind of spot. Same with Nanoblade, I would say. Like maybe that's a stupid take, but I feel like there is counterplay to it. You just need to use it. Like if the enemy Roadhog hooks, you can hook as well. If the enemy Roadhog hooks, you can sleep him. You can. Okay, I don't know what else there is. I think there's not much more.
I
There
mean,
but
there
is
was
counter.
the problem was
Kiriko as
Suzu.
well.
The addition of
there's a
fucking
rock.
Suzu
There's a rock.
just.
Yeah.
There is counterplay to Hoghook, but I don't think for a plat player you need to have GM positioning to survive against a plat hog that just hooks around. Like
Okay,
at
that is not a bad take.
yeah,
That
at
is not-
lower level hogs they get free value, and just because people have worse positioning, and that's a fact, you can
But
add me
that
on
is one thing
Twitter.
that also frustrates me with Widow. Like
Mhm.
all those one shot things are really annoying to or frustrating to play against, because you need to respect them, because what if she hits that shot? What if she does? What if she doesn't? If she doesn't, I can do this. If she does, I'm dead. I can't do it. It's like she doesn't even shoot me, and she already
Gets value just by
yeah,
existing on a line.
Yeah,
yes yes that is exactly how I feel sometimes.
yeah, but Blizzard has said that they're gonna look in the future into one-shot zeros and see how stuff
But
is
also, I feel
working.
like they shouldn't be like removed. Like they are
Yeah,
part of the game. It just
Mhm.
really is not interesting to play against, because either you are the cracked hitscan player on your team that has like I don't know what kind of warm up routine or whatever, or you're not. You're the guy who plays the cool guy because he thinks he looks cool or he has a cool mechanic or a cool ability, and you just lose. Like I don't know.
Like briefly put, in my opinion, this is just kind of my wish. The game would be really, really, really well balanced if you could just pick basically whatever hero counters like the other hero that they're playing, and it would just kind of work like that. And you could rotate around, just like adjusting team comps. And you would always have a chance to win, basically. And they would just not be like, oh, this one hero is so strong that he's going to overpower you, although you counterpick them.
I mean,
If
that's
that
how I
makes
feel
sense.
like right now, though. I feel
yeah.
like I'm
That's
playing
how
counter,
It's
but
tanks feel,
almost there. It's
especially.
almost there. I feel like
and I feel like I win most games when I counterpick the enemy tank. Like I just
Mhm.
straight up focus whatever the enemy tank plays, I counterpick, and then I can win because I just
Mhm.
take out like the person who has the most impact, I guess, because their ward is the strongest. But if
Yeah.
you said you counterpick and then you have a chance to win. If you counterpick Widowmaker, which like the strongest counterpick would be another sniper, would be Widow. If
Or
you're
just go
worse, you
dive.
lose.
Yeah, sure, but you can just go dive if you feel like you cannot match
Or
a
literally
widow,
not.
like
Yeah, but
with
that requires
yeah,
your
true.
teammates to to actively play the game, like
That's the
to
game. Then again, like that's the game. It's just
yeah.
like it's kind of sad if it doesn't work out in solo queue. If you have this one fucking idiot staying on like whatever hero it is.
Moira.
Yeah, Moira. But although you can dive with
Oh, you
Moira,
can
there
dive,
was like
yeah.
Spitfire
Arcs.
dive, if you
I
remember.
think
Arcs
Oh yeah,
moments.
Arcs.
Arcs cost me around 4 games yesterday.
Oh my god,
What,
no.
12 deaths per 6 in
I
6
don't
minutes or
mind.
what?
I don't mind. It's fun.
Yeah, but like going back to my point, you can dive with Moira. You can do Spitfire dive if you remember that. That was like with Sombra, Lucio, and Moira, Monkey, and what was the other DPS? I think
I think they
Tracer
should
Reaper.
buff Moira, guys.
or
There, I
Reaper.
said it.
Yeah,
I think they should
6
buff
man.
Moira.
Buff the nails.
pretend to not hear that.
No, guys.
Nail jail.
Like Moira is actually not. Moira is the weakest support right now, right? Do you guys disagree?
I mean, I think she is, but
I'm
she's
not
still not awful.
sure.
I think
I don't-
Moira is just incredibly strong at lower ranks.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Chill.
because she's piss easy to get value out of compared to the
yeah,
others. 'Cause
like
she
but
doesn't need
like
aim. She
you don't
has
need to
a get out
aim.
of jail free card every 6 seconds, and she has really good healing stats. She just lacks utility. Hence why she's bad at high elos, I feel.
Mhm.
Or worse at high elos, at least. Maybe not bad, but
I don't think there is a bad support right now, though. I feel like
Moira?
Mm.
I feel you can
I think
still
Moira
get
is
value with
bad.
her, though.
I mean, she's
Sometimes.
bad, especially also because
I
I feel like
can't
Kiri just does everything she does but better, except for healing stats.
I can't think of a team composition where you could unironically pick Moira and not be soft throwing the game. Like
Mm.
it would
I
have to be
can.
some Lucio Ryan something.
Yeah, yeah. We sometimes
But
played it with that, actually. It worked surprisingly well. It was just like no brain, but it just works.
guys, that's one thing that frustrates me the most. Like when people pick Ryan without Lucio, and it's so fucking annoying, man. It's so boring to play yourself. The enemy team speeds onto your face, and your Reiner is just standing there, and he has to take it because he can't like kite back.
Mm.
Oh my god.
You can
No,
pick
for sure.
Seam and help the Rhine out that way.
Just creative TPs.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I don't know. I actually think they should buff Moira. Like that's an honest take. I think they should buff her. Or okay, no. I don't think they should buff Moira. I think they should make like ridiculously strong abilities like Kiriko Cleanse weaker. Does any of you know the cooldown? I think it's 12 seconds or maybe 10.
I said 12 or 13, but
I
I'm not
think I
sure.
think it's
I think
13.
13. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's already like a long cooldown, but for what it does, it's actually so short. Like it's so strong, man.
It's really good
Yeah.
and really annoying.
Mhm. I feel
Nice
like she's
3-man
in
shadow. Well,
too.
unfortunate cleanse.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not too awful right now with her. She used to be extremely oppressive, but now I feel like it's kind of reasonable. Maybe I
What I
haven't
don't like
played.
is we're in like this kind of we got to this place where let's say support players are just gonna duel you when you play DPS,
You
and
just get two-tapped.
it's really
Mm.
awkward. Like it's like okay, you pick the DPS role. Okay, you want to be the guy who does the flashy thing, who does the damage. But look here, I'm support and I deal as much damage as you, kind of like. That is so weird if you ask me. Like
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like they buffed Anna, right? She has 75 damage now
Yeah,
on
she's
her.
a bit more.
That is so weird because now you can nade Widow and hit her once and she's dead.
Oh, but they also nerfed Anna, and I think that in a way nerfed Kiriko as well, because now Nate's I think the length of the Nate debuff is shorter, sorry.
Yeah.
Which in a way makes it less necessary to have Kiriko on your team, which creates
Yeah,
more
but
variety in the supports, which I like.
one thing that I saw a lot was Junker Queen would hit a fucking like
Oh, yeah,
5-man ult, would literally do the best thing ever, and then there's just a Kiriko and just like nah.
It's just the
You
most
didn't
boring
do
shit
that.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that is
Same with Shatter.
that sounds so boring to play yourself. I haven't played Jungle Queen that much. I think I've played her maybe like 3 games, 4 games or something.
Yep.
But
Man, I
that
played
sounds
it.
like frustrating. I've seen it before like happen, so
I played her a fair bit early season, and it's just the most boring shit ever.
it feels like they put
So
an ability
unrewarding.
into your kit onto your ultimate, but it doesn't matter because the enemy has it like on a normal cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same story with Res, right? It's just, it feels like an alt on a CD. But I don't think we're gonna go back to that discussion.
Okay,
Just fuck
just
Res.
quick parenthesis about Mercy. Rest should be our ultimate.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, or just not exist. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know.
No,
I
I
don't
think
like
Rest
Res.
is like a core part of Mercy.
Yeah,
Like,
Rest
it
is
would be
right
stupid
there.
if you remove
yeah.
it. And also, like I mentioned it before, I think some Reses are just not being contested because the team that plays against it is bad or plays it bad. Like,
Yeah, not holding space
if
properly and shit like
Mercy
that.
is actually vulnerable if she's resing.
Mm-hmm.
What's frustrating is when you do like a fucking off the map res or something, or like certain spots on the map where you can start res and then I don't know,
Drop down and then still
drop
keeps
down.
going.
Like I feel like those like maybe it should be a bit more stationary. Maybe she should get like I don't know what the movement speed reduction is when you res. Maybe it's 50% or something, but maybe it should be a bit more.
I personally kind of disagree with that. Like, if they keep Res, I feel like they should just kind of leave in some of the stuff where you can show that you're a better Mercy player. Like that's just one of the things that you can pull off really cool reses, to be honest. Sure, it's annoying, but yeah, I feel like, of course, it's kind of selfish to say, but that just removes part of her kit that's kind of fun as well.
Triple
So,
backflip
but yeah,
res.
yeah, love that. Do it all the time. Anyway, no, but like, I think that's also not really the biggest problem that she has right now. Like we barely even talked about it. Did we even talk about it? Damage boost?
Yeah,
Like,
we didn't.
yeah,
No.
Yeah, we did.
we
I
like
don't mind.
there's
I think damage boost is actually this is a hot take. I think damage boost is a part of Mercy's kit and shouldn't be like removed, and it's not the worst thing ever unless you like pair it with Ash one shot. But Ash doesn't one shot anymore. Ash one shot has been fixed, thank God. Like you don't one tap me with 200 HP if you hit a headshot on Ash. But with Sojourn, it's really annoying because Sojourn is just so crazy enabled when you damage boost her. So please nerf Sojourn and don't like I don't
yeah,
know.
agreed.
Damage boost is such a cool utility if you think about it. Like imagine them like crafting this character and they're like, yeah, she can heal, but she can also amplify your damage. So the guy who gets amplified deals more damage. Like that's actually a cool mechanic. I like this. It's cool. Like it's not a bad thing. The bad thing is when you get to the high level of play and people just pick one-shot characters or
Yeah.
pick what's strongest, and then it gets very very oppressive really fast.
Mm. I'd like us to put ourselves into Blizzard shoes for a moment, real quick, for that, because I feel like for Mercy, there's just several camps of Mercy haters. Some really hate Rest. That's like the old school thing to hate on, right? And then there's like the damage boost haters who feel like the damage boost is too strong. And there were also people hating on the movement as well, which I guess got less now. But I feel like it's really hard to really change something about her where everyone's going to be like, all right, that was a valuable, good change. And it really got rid of the thing that I dislike, because
Oh yeah.
there's
Sure.
just multiple things about her that seem to be triggering, which, yeah, I guess it makes sense, honestly. That's why that's why I'm like saying, go crazy with her. I feel like
But
it would
that's
be
with
the best.
any character. Like the people who are gatekeeping the Overwatch community are, in my opinion, the worst. Like there's also new players. The other day I played with someone. I don't know if it was Quick Play or Arcade. I don't know how I met them, but they were on my friends list. And they said they haven't played the game in like 6 years and they haven't played a lot before. And for them it was like just completely new game, new fresh start, whatever. And
Mhm.
they would like find out new things, like realize how their hero works and stuff. And I feel like if those people meet the people who are gatekeeping Overwatch, as in this like close community where people are only allowed to, let's say, hate Res or think Widowmaker is broken or like those kind of things, like the hive mind kind of, it's really bad. Like it
Mhm.
Overwatch doesn't look appealing to the outside world, I feel like.
Yeah. W take.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like imagine, I could never imagine being new to this game. Like I couldn't. I think it would blow my mind if I started playing this game. Like, okay, look, guys, I play a game. People usually play games to have fun, right? So you start playing, and then you maybe go online, check out some videos, and then it's just people crying 24/7 about balance changes, about their hero not being strong enough, which is me, for example.
Yeah, I was about to say.
The self call out. No, but yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel bad for Blizzard, but then sometimes I don't, because I feel like they're at fault for a lot of things that have gone
Yeah,
wrong.
fair.
Mm.
That's a fair
agree.
take to say.
Yeah.
Mhm. At the end of the day, I think this is just like generally a super nuanced discussion anyway. I feel like you're completely in your own right saying Genji's dog shit right now. They should fix him or do something to him. I don't know.
What I don't understand is
Absolutely.
just the time frames that are in between those changes sometimes. Because I feel like if fucking Pharah, Sojourns, Ash, I don't know, any other character that is really, in my opinion, oppressive to play against when they get strong, if they are strong, I feel like they don't get changed as quick as flex DPS characters do. I don't know if you guys remember when Hanzo was completely broken because you could, or was it Nano Boost his ult or something? I
Yeah,
don't
You could
remember.
blue beam him even, no?
Blue Beam ult,
And
yeah.
then he went through trance.
Oh my
Yeah.
I
god,
feel
yeah.
like as soon as people on
That's
flex
awful.
DPS are having fun, they get shut down.
To be fair, that That was awful. That
That-
meta
I mean, that
was
was
yeah,
just
agree, that was awful.
Snapdragon AI meta.
Honestly
no?
though, I remember
Yeah.
playing Hanzo that season or that patch, and it was really fun. I really
Mm.
like playing Hanzo in general.
Yeah, for
And
us,
I'm glad that he's
Hanzo players, it's fun.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
he's not that bad anymore, because he was really weak at the start of Overwatch 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
that was because
all
of the
the
meta.
DPS
though.
did his job better, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one shot.
I mean, Sojourn
Sojourn.
would just be
just-
your Widowmaker, Hanzo, Symmetra,
Trace. Okay, maybe.
Tracer. I don't know. She had 6-second cooldown on her movement ability before.
And no
Man,
trade-off for her one-shot on like Widow or Hanzo, who have like slower movement speed.
so stupid, so silly,
Love it.
so goofy of Blizzard.
Mhm.
Quirky.
Yeah, they're so quirky, just like me.
We've been discussing for 1 hour and a half. I don't know if anyone else has some statements they want to throw out before we stop with the live stream.
I try to think about the thing that I had in my mind earlier, but I
Probably
can't
another
really think of
comment
it.
about Genji being weak.
Most likely.
Okay, then we can
Of
state
course.
it again for Blizzard. Buff Genji, please.
Genji,
They don't
fuck,
even need to buff him. They just need to make it fair. Like, why is my hero shit and the others not? Like, just make the others shit as well.
No,
Make
it's
every
like-
hero
no,
bad.
Yeah,
wait.
so no one is
Make-
able to kill.
Make
Yes,
every hero bad.
Everyone
every
miserable.
hero should be trash. Okay, one last thing I want to talk about is
Sure.
Cassidy's flash
Oh,
magnetic.
I like
damage,
that,
whatever.
yeah.
Thing.
I'm gonna lose my mind, man. Like, sometimes it just goes through 7 walls and connects on me, and if it's damage boosted, it almost one-taps me. It just kills me. Like, and there's no counterplay to it, because the second it attaches to me, either I
Can't do anything.
hope that a support heals me, or I use my movement or whatever to get to a health pack if there's one close by. Else I am dead. I think it shouldn't be body shot and E kill a 200 HP target. I think that's very stupid.
I mean, it just shouldn't latch to like anyone like with an aimbot at 20 kilometers distance. It just feels like a really bullshit ability.
Yeah.
Mm,
I do.
it's too much damage.
miss the time again. This is Genji player POV. Genji against Cassidy used to be a more skill-based matchup. I think now it's skill-based too. I mean,
From the Genji side.
yeah, but I don't know. Like, do these like magnetic nades just like
Yeah.
they hit you when they're supposed to not hit you, like behind the walls, below deflect, above deflect. It's really weird.
Yeah, but I think you
Like, I've had multiple occasions where the guy who killed me would be like lol about his own like magnetic nade. He was like, "This is stupid. This shouldn't work like this." Like, the person who killed me, or I have it happened to me as well when I would kill someone and I was like, "That's stupid, man. I'm sorry for you."
Yeah. But to everyone that is in general in our server, I posted a picture of the Reddit AMA where they did say that they're looking into changing the grenade. And in probably one of the other stakes, I do wish they bring back flashbang to some extent. Not
Nah,
maybe
I don't want more stuns.
maybe not a full stun, but some sort of interrupt ability.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Like,
Yes.
I think it will be cool to still have at least
Silence.
some DPS that can help to shut down tanks. Like right now, the only CC in DPS is Junkrat.
Symmetra.
Oh well, yeah, with the
Turrets do slow down
turrets.
quite badly, and
Yes.
yeah.
May and
Symmetra
Ashe.
is so cool. I love playing Symmetra. She's such a cool
Yeah.
character.
Symmetra's
I
cool.
really like what they did to her.
Slay.
But I think
Slade.
like a interrupt interaction could be cool for like cast grenade and brick stun.
Yeah,
And
with
then
I wouldn't
the
mind.
shield
the
bash
shield
I wouldn't
bash.
mind.
It's so dumb.
I-
Like it. But okay.
I wouldn't mind having stun back, to be honest. I
Yeah.
think stun was cool, especially when, again, Genji player PoE, you deflect it and basically smoke the Cold Cassidy. But if they bring stun back, I think it's really time for them to look at Genji deflect in general as an ability, because it's such a weak ability at the highest level of play, in my opinion.
As for the stun, Rhine players would like to know your location. I think
Ball
I'm not
players.
sure.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
the
that's
the
one.
issue. Okay, we could also bring it back and just say it doesn't have like. Why did it ever have the range to put it above a Rhine shield or above a deflect? Like, why is that a thing?
Because that
Yeah.
way
Why
to
does it have like a
counter-
radius? Like a, I don't know.
I mean, I do like when there are interactions that are more interesting than just being one-dimensional. For example, I do feel Orisa versus Orisa is really boring.
Worst tank
Always
1v1
has
is
been,
so
always has been.
bad because you can't cancel the spin.
Exactly, because you have no
So
way of
boring.
interrupting. I would love, for example, to make the 1v1 more interesting, if the throwing the javelin will interrupt the javelin spin.
It's like Sigma 1v1, right? You can cancel the enemy absorption with your
Yeah.
own stun. And it's a good duel, but Orisa is
But
just
I
really corny.
think I think the game is in a state where it's as team-based as never before, which also speaks for the balancing. That's a good thing because it's a team-based shooter. You're supposed to win because you are like the better team in 5v5. But it's really bad for like carrying games, let's say, because for me as a DPS player, there's no way I carry a game unless I pick a one-shot character.
Yeah.
Kinda like if I don't pick Hanzo or Widow or I don't know, maybe Pocketed Kree or something, it's really hard to carry games. And I'm kind of split, like I'm twisted on that. I think it's a good thing that like not one player can dominate as hard, but sometimes it also feels like
Yeah, it
a
feels
bad thing.
unrewarding.
Like you have one less tank on the enemy Widow that is just killing your entire team. I don't know, like
Yeah, it's.
but I think I've mentioned those like things 5 times now, so I'm gonna shut up.
It's just a stupid shit. Like,
Not a Widow fan, not a Widow fan.
it's just that eternal trade-off in between, like the game being more deathmatchy or more team-based with its advantages and disadvantages.
But honestly,
Like-
like the 5v5, the tournament we played and stuff, that was so fun. I haven't had so much fun in Overwatch in a very long time.
You have no
It
idea how
reminded
happy
me-
that makes me to hear.
It reminded me of like playing on a team and competing, and it was actually so fun. Like I think I would have so much fun if I played only 5-stack or only quick play or arcade, whatever, with like 5 people.
Mhm.
It's
I'm
just the
right there with
optimal
you.
way of playing Overwatch.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so too.
Absolutely.
Bring me back, like season 3 6-stack. Take me back.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
they will make changes to the competitive 5v5 system. Something.
If Blizzard,
really
I think
good.
that one of the best things they could do for comp would be like a game mode which is competitive, which people care about, not flex queue, with a 5v5 environment. Kind of like, wait,
Like
what's
League
it called?
did,
Yeah, like League, but
literally.
they've got this thing called Clash, I think,
Oh, Clash as well. Yeah.
where people would compete for in-game rewards. I mean, you could make them
Yeah.
real rewards as well, but I don't think Blizzard likes giving people money, I guess.
I
Or
mean,
just give them in-game rewards for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
but
would be such a good
competitively
idea.
speaking, it just feels really frustrating because Blizzard, I always feel like they want to only appeal to the, let's say casual players or
Mm. But casual
I don't know
players
how to
love
put it.
Clash, like
People,
in League.
people. Yeah, I've played it a few times as well with my brother, even though I'm awful. But people like skins. People like
Cosmetics.
yeah,
rewards.
cosmetics, like collectibles and stuff. So they release skins, and they like put the balancing stuff more on the back shelf. Like we can worry about this later after the people paid for their skins, basically.
It's like 2 different teams anyway. Like, it's the dev team doesn't do like or
Oh,
doesn't
I'm
put out
certain. Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that.
so like yeah, but like
Im-
the resources like
Imagine
they're
how good
spent away.
Overwatch would be if the quality of the game was as good as the quality of some skins. Like some skins are
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah, for real.
They should just start
Holy.
listening to feedback. That's just a kind of thing. Oftentimes, like when you're reading, like, okay, some answers tend to be really good, and then some others you're just like, what the fuck, you completely missed the point, or you completely missed the tone of the message. You're just not taking the feedback whatsoever. And then it just makes me sad because, yeah, there's so much feedback to be taken. And basically, high elo mostly idle, just tends to be an echo chamber, not even sometimes for the skin pricing and whatever. Everyone said the same thing. And they're just waiting for such a long time to actually change the thing. And it's just, I hate to see it personally, but yeah, they're
But-
getting better at that, I feel like.
Yeah, I think for the prices though, it's because we went from a box model to now free to play. So they raised the prices for cosmetics, and they wanted to see if it was just, oh, the prices are really too high, or if it's just the community adjusting and being like, no, I don't like paying for stuff.
I mean,
Mm, yeah.
I'm on that kind of team who will never buy a battle pass,
Oh.
like in any game ever,
Same.
or like buy or play a game only for cosmetics. I'm not gonna do that. That's like I'm not the target audience. But if it's like well built around the people who do, if it's built around the people who boot up the game and they go like check out their challenges daily, weekly, their season, whatever, or the different events, and there's like this kind of way to get similar, maybe not exactly the same things, of course, because they still want people to buy the battle pass, but if you can get some skins somehow, I think that's fair. Like
Yeah.
that's cool enough.
And they've mentioned that they want to change how the battle pass works. They've already they have added the Overwatch credits or the Overwatch coins.
What I see is that it takes like forever to get to the last thingy. Like, Jesus Christ, you need to play so much Overwatch to get to the last level or whatever it's called of
Well,
the battle
It
pass.
seems reasonable actually compared to
I mean,
Valorant
I've
or
played
League or
so
something like that.
much. I've played so much, and I'm not at the max level yet.
Yeah, but
I've played. Let me check. I've played I think 200 games or more. I've 250 games or something, and I'm at 79.
but
At level 79 out of 80.
you said you don't buy the battle pass, right?
Yeah, no, I don't.
If you buy the
Oh
battle
wait,
pass,
you get more.
I
yeah,
Goes
see.
faster, yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
through an
my
experience
bad.
boost.
I'm sorry. My fault.
No worry.
Also, you probably
Fair
don't
enough.
care about challenges, so that's
No,
another thing.
I don't.
And doesn't
Yeah, so
isn't quick play probably more optimal as well than ranked to get XP for Battle Pass?
Probably.
At least I remember it was
sure.
the case for leveling up
maybe.
on Overwatch 1.
I'm
Like you would
sorry.
get more
Everything that I've
XP per
mentioned
minute.
has zero value then.
But I think with that we can finish up the live. I think we touched many topics, and if you guys want to have a final statement, I leave you the stage if you want to say anything.
Buff Genji.
I was gonna say.
Buff Genji.
Took your joke.
Okay, they can decide either they buff Genji or they remove 25 HP of Cassidy. Which is it gonna be?
Listen, we're gonna do the
Both,
Genji one
both,
because I
both,
feel
both.
like
Yeah.
that's reasonable. Okay.
Yeah. Then thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to everyone in the chat that interacted with us. It was really nice, and buff Genji.
Yeah, Buff
Genji.
Genji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
That's
I'm
fun.
certain
Thank you.
next patch they're gonna touch on his problems and they're gonna buff him. I'm sure.
Nah, you're
Copium.
coping. You're
I'm
just
sure, guys.
coping
I'm
so
sure.
hard. Surely, clueless.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway, for anyone that is interested in chatting with us for a bit more, you can join our state channel on the Watchpoint server. We will stay here a bit to chat about some topics, and you can give us feedback directly. And with that, thank you for coming to the live streams, and goodbye.
Thank you guys. I love you, Tao. Bomb it. Nice.